All right, so can you state your name, please?
My name is Elizabeth Moore, and I work at the Rachel Corrie Foundation for Peace and Justice.
Okay, and what are you doing here today, Elizabeth?
Today we're taking part of the National Day of Action for Gaza. We're hosting 3 events to bring attention to the assault on Gaza, which is now 19 days, and an end to the 7-year siege of Gaza.
And what I noticed we're here by the Capitol. What's your message to legislators here today?
Well, the Rachel Corrie Foundation is very focused on the tactics of boycott, divestment, and sanctions of Israel. And so today we're outside of the state capitol doing a bunch of actions, but bannering, and our banners talk about Washington State's complicity in military aid to Israel from 2009 until 2018. We have a scheduled $700 million of Washington State taxpayer dollars alone that will go to support military aid for Israel to continue its assault on the Gaza Strip, to continue occupying and colonizing Palestinian land in the West Bank as well.
And what kinds of things does that funding go towards purchasing?
That funding goes towards everything as helicopters to airplanes to bombs that are falling on Gaza right now. We have friends in the Gaza Strip who are telling us that the artillery that's being used has made in the U.S. stamped on it, as well as we know that's the case for the assaults that have happened in the West Bank as well.
Can you tell me a little bit about Rachel Corrie?
The Rachel Corrie Foundation honors and follows the mission of Rachel and her vision and her principles, which are nonviolence. And she was killed in the Gaza Strip in 2003 while she was protecting the home of a Palestinian family from demolition. An Israeli Defense Force soldier in a Caterpillar bulldozer ran over her and crushed her body, killing her after it broke her back. So she was an Olympia resident and an Evergreen College student, and so the foundation was founded to support and continue her nonviolent work.
What do you think would have to happen in the United States for us to stop funding the Israeli occupation?
I think the boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement, which was called for by Palestinian civil society nearly 10 years ago in 2005, is the starting place for grassroots campaigns, for community members to join up together and bring attention to the taxpayer dollars they're sending to the products that they support that are funding the occupation. Hewlett-Packard, HP computers, Motorola Solutions, cell phones, Sabra Hummus, all of these companies are making a profit off of the continued occupation of Palestine, and I think it's campaigns like these that are going to bring awareness and end the complicity in the occupation. That will put economic pressure through nonviolent action on Israel to end its assault on Gaza and to end the occupation in general.
And have you seen an increase in awareness or action with this renewed assault on the Gaza Strip in the United States?
I think we have. I think all over the world, but especially in the United States, there has been a heightened sense of consciousness and a lot of media attention to what's going on. It's hard for those of us who know what's going on to see the mass media being so skewed in favor of Israel, but I think it's brought a lot of attention to the issue. We're now in the 3rd most recent assault since 2008. Led in 2008 was an assault on Gaza, a land invasion and air invasion, and 2012 when I was in the West Bank there was Operation Pillar of Defense, and now again we have Operation Protective Edge, and Israel has these missions where they're mowing the lawn essentially to sort of assert their dominance over Gaza, and I think
that mowing the lawn, that's an official term that they've used, right?
Yeah, that's the term that they're using to describe sort of the way that they're controlling the population and just going in and stirring things up to remind everybody who's in charge. Many think that the Gaza Strip is completely controlled by Hamas and it's not under Israeli jurisdiction at all, but Israel controls the majority of the borders besides the small border with Egypt, and they have to go in every now and then to shake things up and remind the Gazans that they are ultimately the ones controlling everything.
And what has the reaction to your action been here today?
So far we've had a lot of honks. It's a pretty early morning, and so we've had a fair amount of honking and people stopping by to sign our petition to bring attention to President Obama to end the siege.
And you have some more events going on today as well?
Yes, we have. This is the first event at 7 o'clock in the morning. We'll be doing a die-in in the shadow of the Capitol down at Heritage Park. A die-in to bring attention to the civilian casualties that have happened. Last I checked, it was 695 Palestinians that have been killed in Gaza just since the beginning of the assaults. Nearly 80% of those are civilian casualties, and then many are children.
And where can people find out more information on how to help free Palestine and end the occupation?
There are a whole host of ways to plug in. Locally, the Rachel Corrie Foundation has actions that are happening right now as well as all the time. For BDS, there's also bdsmovement.net has a lot of information about BDS campaigns specifically and can direct you to other sources in local areas. And the last one is the U.S. campaign to end the occupation would be a great place to start as well.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.